Good evening, everyone. We wanted to have a committee meeting after the discussion at the last council meeting about the Hendricks College and their entertainment district. The city's had our entertainment district up and running roughly a year now, I think. And it's probably time to revisit it and see if there's any tweaks or anything that the council wants to do different. So at this point in time, we will open the floor. I do know that I talked to the chief about it briefly, and he agreed there's some areas where we just don't need to worry about police protection, you know, like the art walk and things like that and family things. But if you have a large group, maybe a large contingent coming for, we'll just say, Mark Ledbetter's homecoming at Conway High School, then maybe we want to. Yeah, we're all in bed by 9 o'clock. Yeah. So anyway, Felicia, if you would step up. Pull the microphone down.
So just a quick update on the downtown entertainment district that you guys approved last year. We started in March with the Art Walk. Rogue Roundabout has been one of the major contributors to the Art Walk as the entertainment district. It has been amazing. We did it from March through November. We had an entertainment district every month, and then a couple of months, May, and then July, and then October for our birthday party, we had multiple vendors. And then Rogue Roundabout has done some separate entertainment district, just closing down Chestnut and their street and using it. But the entertainment district, I feel like, has been a success this first year. We did have logistic issues with like the flags. We don't have permanent markings, so we do temporary flags. We mark the streets, logistics of how we get cups and wristbands to each of the individuals, and then if they run out, are they able to get more during their event? So we had a lot of logistics that we worked out as we went along. They worked with, we had a rain date in April, and so just having that rain date already planned for the Art Walk, so that CPD, for security-wise, they can go ahead and book everyone in advance. So just a few things that we worked through as we went through it, but overall, it was a great year for the entertainment district, and hopefully we get more people to engage with us to do it. I think the cost is a driver of that. They have to pay for security and they have to pay for the cups and the wristbands. And so just looking at it overall, getting it, to feel like where we can get more people involved with it, I think would be great for downtown for sure.
I attended the one in October that was in conjunction with the birthday party.
Yeah.
I was amazed. I
It's
never
good.
dreamed there'd be that many people down
It
there.
was good. That one was good.
All the vendors were busy.
Yep.
It was
The entertainment district stretched, Kings was part of that entertainment district, so it stretched from Kings, that was the largest one, from Kings all the way back to Main Street. So we had the entire area blocked off as an entertainment district.
Council, what have you heard from individuals as far as any tweaks that they might want to make or something needs to be done different?
Well, I'll speak a little bit about that. And for full disclosure, I'm a part owner of the Rogue Roundabout. So we have been the sponsor for Art Walk each of the meetings, and it's been fun. It's been good. Patrons like it. It's intended to do, drive business to downtown and to the sponsor of the Art Walk or the entertainment district. It's as opposed to the Hendricks Village where you've got a open area. Logistically, it's a little different downtown because you've got streets, and it's not just a big open area. And so, fortunately for Rogue Roundabout, the block of Chestnut to the west of the restaurant is easily closable because it's not really a through street. It's not a big east-west through street, so it's easily closable for if we have a one-night different event, which we've had a few times that was not Art Walk or works well. So, it may not work for every restaurant downtown that has a liquor license if they don't have a good place to do it. I mean, if there's not a good outside place for them to do it, then it doesn't make any sense. Now, when we get the pocket park finished back there, that might provide some opportunities. You know, you have to have an avenue to get there, but there's ways to make that happen. I've just been a little surprised there's been fewer people actually do it. But again, you have to have a place to be able to do it. You have to have a place you can shut down the street, and not everybody necessarily has that.
That's true, yeah. And the pocket park, I think, will help because we bought that building, so it's a little bit bigger in there now. And so to drive, you know, people to that park, there'll be seating, I think will be pretty cool for the alleyways.
I mean, what's worked well for the art walk is, you know, the footprint of art walk was already established, and the only restaurant in that footprint, and you had to extend it out about a half a block, was the road roundabout, so it made sense. You know, if you're at the far end of the art walk, it doesn't make sense to do that. Now, we saw, though, it can work at
Can
the
work, yes.
city's birthday party. King's was a sponsor, and Rogue Roundabout was, so everything in between, you could walk between there, and
Yes.
it worked out great.
It worked out
So
great,
it can work. Probably need a little more coordination maybe with some of the restaurants to come up with an event that, you know, and here's the thing too, you could have an entertainment district event is that it's an event. It's not just, hey, we're gonna open up the street tonight and walk out with your drink. I mean, you need to have another reason for somebody to really come down there. And like Art Walk or the city's birthday party. And so that falls upon, I guess, downtown restaurants who want to do something to come up with something to do.
Alicia, I know you got some items here highlighted. You want to discuss these?
They're just point of reference
Okay.
for council just to,
Alicia, the people that I've talked to said what Mr. Ledbetter says, that they were amazed at the number of people, and I think that they had been to that October one, where there just was a lot of folks, and so I think it's a good start. Is that the one, or do they all have fireworks?
That was the fireworks.
that was the
They had fireworks that
That was the
particular.
birthday party.
So that was just the birthday
That was
party?
just for the birthday party.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to check on that. And the reason that I asked that question is there might be a tinderbox or two down there that if spark got in the wrong place,
So it
we
was-
might have an issue. So I just suggestion as much as
Okay, no.
anything else.
Council, if you would take just a moment to kind of read through this and see if anything stands out to you. We can go back and talk about police presence, if y'all want to make any changes there.
I will say, so Conway PD, originally, the Art Walk already has security, and so they were providing security with the Art Walk and then with the vendor holder of the entertainment district. And so I think they have now, since we have kind of went through the year, I think they reduced it by one because it was a lot of security out there. And so I think they've reduced it by one, I think now for Rogue Roundabout, and then one for Art Walk. And if there's another event like King's, then that would be an added security on it.
That's just for that area.
It's just for-
We still have regular patrol
Absolutely,
going,
yes.
making the rounds.
Yes,
Okay.
they're.
That's
they're-
extra folks.
Yeah, they're designated in that area, yes. We have two. We have, well, it depends on how many people are within the entertainment district. So Art Walk has one, I believe, and then Rogue Roundabout has two. And so with all the events and the amount of people, CPD has went down to one now for each one. Art Walk gets one and then Rogue gets one. Because they're looked at separately. So the Art Walk people and then the entertainment district.
I haven't really heard anything at all.
Similar to what they said, I've heard good things from Art
Yeah.
Walk, but, and I mean, good feedback there. And I know they appreciate it and have posted about that a good deal, but I don't know anything more. Felicia, what are you looking for tonight? Is there a proposed change or are we just talking about what we may
I
want
think
to
we
do?
just an update on where we were for the year, because this is the first year that we we've done it. So year one downtown, I think for us, again, it went well. So,
This was informational. I'm sorry, Mr.
No,
Hawkins.
go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Mayor.
I'm good.
What's our notification requirement to the city to be able to do one of these?
so they fill out a special event permit to CPD. And then CPD goes through the process of making sure they have, the insurance, what areas they want to block off, if there's any permissions needed from the neighbors, it goes out to us, and then they sign off on it.
So it takes a couple of days to put one of these together? then?
Yes, the
Okay.
notification is, we would like at least 30 days notice for these. Again, Art Walk is one that they have a set schedule, so we know it's the first Friday of every month. We've had a few special ones. They've sent them in 30 days, gave us the area that they're blocking off. They've been turning them around pretty quickly, though. It's not been too big of an issue.
I remember when we were going over the form, didn't we go through looking at the
Yes.
request form and all that quite
Yes.
a bit? Could we reach out maybe to, and I mean just like an email, not any kind of anything bigger form, but to all the alcohol license holders in downtown and just say, hey, we're looking this over.
Yep, so
You know,
that's
is
on
there
my,
a reason why you didn't do it or you wanted to do it or?
it's on my list to, I have a meeting next week with with Art Walk to just get a debriefing on how their year went. And then I'll get with Kim at the Downtown Partnership and see how we can look at engaging the businesses, even the ones without alcoholics. Like, what would make that experience if someone did an entertainment district?
Right.
What would make you stay open? And so we have those on our list of things to do.
That's a good point. It does not just benefit the restaurant who
Yep.
sponsors it.
Yep.
It benefits the other
Right.
businesses, clothing shops, other restaurants in the area where people come for whatever reason. Yeah.
So I've got a question. So the permits are $100 and that covers 100 wristbands or 100 people.
Right.
What is the average number that we're seeing people, I mean, just
So-
100 or if we had more where they've gotten 200 or 300 or?
Yeah, so we had, so averaging about maybe 150 to 200. And then, of course, for the birthday party, it was more.
Okay.
So,
I got a question. You said, I don't know anything about it. You said people would go into businesses and stuff while they're down there. Can you go into a business with alcohol in your hand?
No, I mean, I think it's probably up to each individual business.
so it's up to
if
each
they would
individual
want
business.
to.
We've not had any business
I'm
opt
not
out.
talking about, I'm talking legally. Can you walk into a,
In the entertainment district, yes,
Entertainment district, yes.
unless they opt out, yes.
If a business opts out, would they put
They
a
would get a
notice out
sticker.
front? Okay.
They would get a sticker.
what other questions? Since I'm full of questions. What about, carry? Are you allowed to carry down there?
In the entertainment district?
That would be, I would assume, yes, because Arkansas
Is
is
an
a
open carry.
open carry.
Okay, but with alcohol?
I will have to run that by Mr. Finkenbinder. We'll get an answer on that, and that's a good question. But I would think so, because you can carry in our parks now, our city parks as well as national parks. But that's a good question, Mr. Jones. I'll find out.
When they carry into the restaurants, whenever they're in the restaurants, too, if the restaurants don't say anything.
It might seem the same, but it's different when you're walking around outside with one and going in a closed area, I would think. I could be wrong. My opinion.
No, we need to get an answer on that.
That's true.
I think state law would apply to that, but we do need to get an answer. Anything else? Hey, council, we'll take about a 14-minute break and kick off at 6 o'clock. Thank you, everybody.
Exactly.
We proceed each council meeting with the word of prayer, the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'd like, please feel free to join us. Father in heaven, there's so many things to be.
And
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
I'll call this meeting to order. Ms. Hurd, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Hawkins?
Here.
Mr. Grimes?
Here.
Mr. Spurgers?
Here.
Ms. Nels?
Here.
Mr. Ledbetter?
Here.
Mr. Hawks?
Here.
Mr. Jones?
Here.
Ms. Isby?
here,
Okay, you should have received copies of the November 11th, 2025 City Council minutes. Any corrections, changes, or comments?
make a motion for approval as submitted.
Second?
Have a motion and a second to approve the minutes as submitted. No further discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 8-0. Next up, we have our monthly financial report, which ended October 31st. Mr. Winningham.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We are looking at the month of October. I don't have a whole lot to go over with you tonight. Is kind of a low news month, so to speak. Hit the same kind of high points we hit every month. We already mentioned what our sales tax did at the last meeting, but I'll reiterate it. In the month of October, it was up 6.6%, which put us up 1.6 year to date. The numbers we got for November, up 4%, which put us up 1.8. So unfortunately, December has to be up 16.5% for us to hit our budget number, which not saying it won't happen, not saying it's not possible, but it's not likely.
Before we
So,
move on, let's clarify. Hit our
Yes.
sales tax budget number, not our overall revenue
yes, sir.
budget number. We
Sales
are on
tax.
track to hit our overall revenue budget number because other things are up.
Right. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, I was just speaking of sales tax. And then going off of that comment, our ad val looks to be up about 5% over what it was last year. So due to increasing, excuse me, property values, if there were reappraisals, increased properties overall that are taxable to the city. So that's a good sign that you always want your property value to be increasing. And if you go through and look at all of our balance sheets, which shows like our cash balances and receivables and everything, all of our fund balances are in what I would call a healthy state. So I think we're in good shape. That's all I've got, Mr. Mayor.
Any questions, Mr. Winningham?
I'm curious on the, looking at October, just at revenue, year-to-date on beverage seems a lot lower than budgeted.
That one, there's a little bit of a time lag in that one, in the accounting firm getting everything, processing it, and then sending us the information and the check. So nothing to be concerned about there. It's just a timing.
So you expect when we get to February, March, that's going to have land close to budget?
Yes, sir.
Basically? Okay.
Council, if no other questions, I'll take a motion.
So moved to accept the.
Have a motion and a
financials.
second. I'm sorry. Ms. Isby?
No, I was just saying, so moved to accept the financials for October.
Have a motion and a second to approve the monthly financials, which ended October 31st. Any further discussion? Ms. Hurd.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Passes 8-0. Thank you, Tyler. Next up, we have a public hearing for the telecommunications revenue improvement bonds for Conway Corporation. I think Mr. Wilburn is here to speak to that tonight. And Mr. Carroll is also here, should you have any questions for him.
Good evening. This is I'm Gordon Wilburn with QTAC Rock Law Firm. This is the telecommunications project we talked about before when you adopted a reimbursement
I
resolution.
declare this public meeting open. I'm sorry,
All right,
Mr. Wilburn. All right,
okay.
go ahead, Gordon.
So you've heard about the project before, but tonight you'll have before you the ordinance that would approve the issuance of these bonds in a not to exceed principal amount of $37.8 million. And it also has a not to exceed interest rate, a not to exceed final maturity. You'll note language here in the hearing notice and in the bond ordinance that said there would be municipal bond insurance and debt service reserve insurance policy, if those were economically advantageous, and we have determined today that they are, and so those will be components of this issue. Happy to answer any questions, and Mr. Carroll can answer any questions about the project itself.
I will just ask again, like I always do, to verify, this is not a debt taken on by the city of Conway, correct? It will not be repaid by the city of Conway.
It is secured solely by telecommunications revenues.
Conway Corporation.
Conway Corporation, that's
Thank
right.
Any questions from Mr.
Well,
Wilbur?
I need to correct myself. It is secured by telecommunications primarily and secondarily by surplus electric revenues. That's,
Okay. Right. Any questions from Mr. Wilbur? Mr. Carroll, would you like to say anything?
Not other than the fact that I am for, in the public hearing, I am for the issuance of these bonds to complete this project. Again, as Mr. Wilburn said, we've been talking about this project for some time, and when we did the reimbursement resolution, but just to officially be on record saying I am for this bond issuance.
Thank you.
But I'd be happy to answer any questions that you guys might have about the project.
Would anyone in the audience like to speak for or against? At this time, we'll declare this public hearing closed. We'll move to the next one. Next is a public hearing for the electric revenue improvement bonds for Conway Corporation. Mr. Wilburn.
we've also improved a reimbursement resolution on this. This is for the Conway Corporation's share of the replacement gas-generated turbine facility up Independence County. Again, you'll have an ordinance in front of you with the parameters ordinance. This is not to exceed $48.6 million. Again, we've determined today that the municipal bond insurance and debt service reserve insurance is economically advantageous. These bonds are secured solely by electric revenues on a parity basis with the outstanding electric revenue bonds. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Wilburn. Would anyone else like to speak for or against? Mr. Carroll.
Yes, just want to be on the record as being for this bond issuance as well. And just to remind you, I know I maybe mentioned it before, but you know, you have to spend the bond proceeds in 3 years, and so the project won't be completed in 3 years. So we'll be coming back for more bonds in the future. But I just want to make you guys aware of that. So,
Mr. Carroll,
Yes, sir.
Is this just the Conway portion
yes,
of
sir.
the financing?
Yes, sir.
Other communities will have their own
Yes, sir.
financing agreements?
They will. They will. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yeah, there are a number of co-owners, 5 or 6 to be exact.
What happens if one of them defaults?
Yeah, that's a good question. We talked about it a little bit at one of the other council meetings. And so if somebody defaults, then the other co-owners would have an opportunity to purchase their share of the natural gas plant. Yeah. Yes, sir. But to let you know, their bond purchase agreements, all their bond trust indentures, they require them to evaluate rates to make sure they can pay these bonds off. So they're required to do that just like we are. Yeah. Good question.
Any questions for Mr. Carroll? Okay. Would anyone else like to speak for or against? This time we'll declare this public hearing closed. Thank you, gentlemen. First up on the agenda, we have the Economic Development Committee. First up is consideration to approve the waiving of all 3 readings for ordinances on the November 25th City Council agenda.
Make a move that we waive the readings.
Second.
Have a motion and a second that we waive the 3 readings for our November 25th council meeting. Any further discussion? Ms. Hurd.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Passes 8-0. Next up is an ordinance to approve the telecommunications revenue improvement bonds for Conway Corporation. Mr. Carroll and Mr. Wilburn are here. Again, if you have any questions.
Make a motion for adoption of the ordinance.
I have a motion and a second to approve this ordinance for the telecommunications revenue improvement bonds for Conway Corporation. Any further discussion?
Clause?
Oh, what's the ordinance number?
I do not see one.
Yeah, it does say.
Okay, I do not have it on mine.
emergency.
Both of these two.
Okay, all right, with the emergency clause.
Ordinance number is?
025-106.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Hurd.
Mr. Ledbetter?
Yes.
Mr. Spurgers?
Aye.
Mr. Hawkins?
Yes.
Ms. Isby?
Yes.
Ms. Mel?
Aye.
Mr. Grimes?
Aye.
Mr. Hawks?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
And the emergency clause, Mr. Ledbetter? Mr. Spurgers?
Aye.
Mr. Hawkins?
Yes.
Ms. Isby?
Yes.
Ms. Mel?
Aye.
Mr. Grimes?
Aye.
Mr. Hawks?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Those both pass with, that passes with the emergency clause, 8-0. Next is an ordinance to approve the electric revenue improvement bonds for Conway Corporation. Again, Mr. Wilburn and Mr. Carroll here if you have any questions.
Make a motion for adoption of the ordinance.
I have a motion and a second to adopt this ordinance with the emergency clause to approve the electric revenue improvement bonds for Conway Corporation. Any further discussion? Ms. Hurd.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Mel?
Aye.
Mr. Grimes?
Aye.
Mr. Spurgers?
Aye.
Mr. Ledbetter?
Yes.
Ms. Isby?
Yes.
Mr. Hawks?
Yes.
Mr. Hawkins?
Yes.
And the emergency clause, Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Mel?
Aye.
Mr. Grimes?
Aye.
Mr. Spurgers?
Aye.
Mr. Ledbetter?
Yes.
Ms. Isby?
Yes.
Mr. Hawks?
Yes.
Mr. Hawkins?
Yes.
That passes 8-0 as well as the emergency clause. Thank you, gentlemen. All right. Next up, we have the Community Development Committee. Mr. Hawkins, I'll turn this over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First item on this portion of the agenda is an ordinance to approve an Old Conway Design Overlay District for the Planning and Development Department. And good evening. What you gonna tell us?
Good evening. So what we've been working on here is we have the Historic Preservation Plan, which was adopted into the Comprehensive Plan a few years ago. And one of the recommendations in that Historic Preservation Plan was to have more administrative reviews in the Old Conway Design Overlay District. This is not the Robinson Historic District. We are not touching anything in the Robinson Historic District. This is for the overlay. And what it will do is if something is, we have the regulations which are outlined in the ordinance, and the changes that we have made is that if something is fully compliant, it means all of the standards that are outlined there, such as building materials, height restrictions, landscaping, then it does not need to go before the Historic District Commission. It can be reviewed administratively, so it'd be something similar to what we have for site development review, where planning staff reviews commercial development administratively. Then an applicant will have the opportunity, if, say, the administrative official denies the application, they can then appeal that to the Historic District Commission. Likewise, if something is not fully compliant, then it will need to go to Historic District Commission, and they will then need to make the application 30 days in advance and go through that process. Anything that is a primary structure will also need to go to Historic District Commission. So any new structure on a lot, you will still have, the neighbors will be notified. That's one of the processes for Historic District Commission. And then they will be able to attend the meetings. So even a primary structure that's fully compliant will still need to go to Historic District Commission. Some of the language was changed from shoulds to shalls, just to assist the administrative official to know, like, this, it has to look like this, and if it doesn't look like this, it needs to go to HDC. So there was adding a lot more specifics into the language to help the administrative officials. And that concludes my presentation on that. Do you have any questions?
Sounded official.
Yeah.
I like the idea of changing from should to shall. That's a big difference.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Appreciate all the work that was put in on this, because this is obviously not something that's easy to do. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let me tell you something. Tara has been a tremendous asset in the planning department. That whole department does a great job. But yeah, she understands the historic district very well. Council, any questions?
This will be ordinance 025-108.
Make a motion to approve.
Second?
Have a motion and a second to adopt this ordinance for the Old Conway Design Overlay District for Planning and Development Department. Any further discussion? Ms. Hurd.
Ms. Isby?
Yes.
Ms. Mel?
Aye.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Hawks?
Yes.
Mr. Spurgers?
Aye.
Mr. Hawkins?
Yes.
Mr. Grimes?
Aye.
Mr. Ledbetter?
Yes.
Passes 8-0. Mr. Hawkins.
Next item, Mr. Mayor, is an ordinance amending the Conway zoning code. It's 02587 was the old ordinance. This is for the purposes of building and lot coverage for the Planning and Development Department. And Tara, they're going to let you do this again.
That's right. I'll be here
Oh.
for a few.
Go.
So this ties into the next few ordinances all have to do with the development review amendments. And then this is just specifying the difference between lot coverage and building coverage, especially for the different commercial districts, so that those doing the review can look at building coverage, what that maximum is, and then the lot coverage, which includes driveways and any surface in which water cannot go through.
Tara, quite a procedural question
Yes.
here. So, Mr. Hawkins, you mentioned this was the old ordinance. I believe tonight is the third reading of the
The
new
third reading,
ordinance. So I think, do we need to read it again, Mr. Finkenbinder?
It's the third reading, and yes.
That was the question.
Okay.
We have to do that. That's what we were talking about. We have to do that third reading.
Okay. So,
Well, Tara.
You've done it past, so it's all
okay, all right. An ordinance amending the Conway zoning code O-9454 as amended for the purposes of distinguishing between building coverage and lot coverage, remove duplicative requirements addressed through other code section and for other purposes.
I'll make a motion for the adoption of the ordinance 02587.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adopt this ordinance to approve amending the Conway zoning code, Article 3, for building and lot coverage for the Planning and Development Department. Any further discussion?
Does anybody else want to have any comments on any of this? I think we've kind of done that each time.
Okay.
So,
My
I
bad.
mean,
Is there
I don't
anyone
think
that would
there
like to
is,
speak
but-
out for or against either of, any thoughts on this or questions?
These some of the items that y'all saw at your meeting.
At our committee, yeah, the working group. I think, Spencer, you came to one of the public hearings. They've had public meetings. I mean, there's been a lot of due diligence to make sure this is out there.
Yeah. All right, Ms. Hurd.
Mr. Hawks?
Yes.
Mr. Grimes?
Aye.
Mr. Hawkins?
Yes.
Ms. Isby?
Yes.
Ms. Mel?
Aye.
Mr. Spurgers?
Aye.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Ledbetter?
Yes.
That passes 8-0. Mr. Hawkins.
Next item, Mr. Mayor, ordinance 02588. This will be the third reading, and this will be amending the Conway zoning code for the purposes of eliminating conflicts between Article 4 and Article 10, providing flexibility in parking requirements, simplification of language for the Planning and Development Department. And Tara, translate that for me.
Yes.
Thank you.
So currently Article 4 is our parking section, and then Article 9 is the movement of buildings. And then we wanted to take all of the parking and access and put it into a single code section. And so that has become that Article 9. And we moved it from Article 4 just so that for ease of reference, when a developer comes into the office and then, we need to give them, these are your regulations, it's 9 and 10. It really was, for as simple as a reason as that, just so that we can also, if someone wanted it, in their hand, we have those two code sections right next to each other. Some of the main points there is reducing the minimum and maximum parking requirements. As was mentioned before, we had the advisory committee met multiple times for all of these amendments that I'm about to go through. And we also had the public hearing, planning commission, a public input meeting. And that was one of the major differences, or one of the major changes was the minimum and maximum parking requirements, and then also ensuring that we have appropriate distances on major collectors for driveways. So just kind of refining some access requirements, and then those parking kind of going with what's going on throughout the nation with minimums and maximums, taking those away.
Would anyone in the audience like to speak to this? Have any questions for or against?
I'm sorry.
I was
talking
Are you ready to read for the third time? The third
Okay.
reading? All right.
An ordinance amending the Conway zoning code O-9454 as amended for the purposes of eliminating conflicts between Article 4 and Article 10, switching the contents of Article 4 with the contents of Article 9 for ease of reference, providing flexibility in parking requirements, simplification of language, and for other purposes.
Make a motion for the adoption of the ordinance 02588.
Second?
Have a motion and a second to adopt this ordinance. Any further discussion?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I found a screenshot I'd saved for a long time, I forgot I had it, but this made me remember that I had it. And it really pertains maybe more to C1, but really all these things we're talking about and the great job our planning department does. This was a text I got from a family friend a year or so back. They grew up in Springdale. They now live in Austin, Texas. They were here to visit. And she drove from Midtown Conway, which is, I guess, Salem area, to the downtown. And she texted me later. She said, I love it. I love your town. I love the old homes that nobody tore down and the 60-foot trees lining the streets. Love it. So what we do does make a difference.
Ms. Hurd.
Ms. Mel?
Aye.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Hawks?
Yes.
Mr. Grimes?
Aye.
Mr. Ledbetter?
Yes.
Mr. Spurgers?
Aye.
Mr. Hawkins?
Yes.
Ms. Isby?
Yes.
That passes 8-0. Mr. Hawkins.
Next item, Mr. Mayor, is an ordinance amending the Conway zoning code for ordinance 02589, and this has to do with Article 10, which clarifies site development review scope, process, and fee schedule for the Planning and Development Department. And Tara, you're on a roll.
All right. The Article 10, this is the meat of the development review regulations, and this is where we're going to see more flexibility in the building materials, the different types of classes of materials, so that people will not necessarily have to adhere to the 50% masonry requirements, but will be able to show high quality materials that are not necessarily masonry. It also changes some of the application requirements to be in conformance with state law, as well as the fee schedule. And the third reading is an ordinance amending the Conway zoning code 09454 as amended for the purposes of clarifying site development review scope, process, and fee schedule, providing flexibility and diversity in building material requirements, simplified language, and for other purposes.
Make a motion for the adoption of the ordinance 02589.
Second?
We have a motion and a second to adopt this ordinance. Would anyone like to comment?
Just a strong appreciation for all the work that went, I mean, like,
Oh, yeah.
literally, like uncountable hours that you guys and the committee put into this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Spurs. Ms. Hurd.
Mr. Grimes?
Aye.
Ms. Mel?
Aye.
Mr. Hawkins?
Yes.
Mr. Spurgers?
Aye.
Ms. Isby?
Yes.
Mr. Ledbetter?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Hawks?
Yes.
Passes 8-0. Mr. Hawkins.
Let's see, the next item, Mr. Mayor, is an ordinance amending the zoning code. This would be 02590, zoning code 13, as amended for the purpose of defining or redefining terms for the Planning and Development Department.
This is just making sure we have definitions that fit all of the amendments we've just made. So the third reading is an ordinance amending the Conway zoning code 09454 as amended for the purposes of defining or redefining terms.
Make a motion for the adoption of the ordinance 02590.
Second?
We have a motion and a second to adopt this ordinance, defining or redefining terms for the planning department. Any further discussion? Would anyone like to address this? Ms. Hurd.
Mr. Hawkins?
Yes.
Mr. Ledbetter?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Isby?
Yes.
Mr. Hawks? Ms. Mel?
Aye.
Mr. Spurgers?
Aye.
Mr. Grimes?
Aye.
That passes 8-0. Great job, Tara.
right, thank
You're going
you.
to need to speak up a little bit more clearly.
Thank you, council, for approving all of that. That we'll have another wave coming in 2026.
Mr. Hawkins. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Ann, and your staff, and the committee, Ms. Mel.
Final item here, Mr. Mayor, is consideration to approve a conditional use approval to allow religious activity and retail general uses in the I-3 zone for property at 700 South German Lane. You have to make that distinction, don't we? It is South.
It's just South German Lane.
Okay.
Yeah.
South German Lane,
Maybe a little typo.
no problem. And Ms. Tucker, are you the second team tonight
I am
from
the
your
second
department?
team. I'm the relief. Yes, so Mr. Covington asked that is currently in an I-3 zone. This was presented to Planning Commission last week. And they approved it 7-0 with very little discussion, to tell you the truth. But Mr. Covington's intention is to allow a church to occupy 2 of the spaces in that strip, and we advised him to go ahead and ask for general retail for the vacant spots, just in case, to keep him from having to come back. I don't think that he has anybody concrete in mind for those spaces, but in an I-3, it's kind of restrictive. So we wanted to give him, a chance to use that space. And he's here to speak if you'd like to hear from him.
Mr. Covington, could you come up, please, sir? Council, do you have any questions of Mr. Covington? How you doing, Jason?
Jason Covington, 2400 Robinson Avenue. And Tara does a great job.
She does. She does.
So it's just 10 small suites on this huge building. Most of the building's warehouse space. It's mainly lawyers over there, but someone had built out a space for insurance agency. Worked good for the church. They've just small group of 15 to 30 people meeting. So, and we're not going to expand the offices into the rest of the warehouse, just tried to fix up the front of the building.
Make a motion to approve the conditional use permit.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve a conditional use permit to allow religious activities and retail, general uses in the I-3 zone for property located at 700 South German Lane. Any further discussion? It's heard.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
8-0. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Ann. Thank you, Mr. Hawkins.
Yes, sir.
Next, we have Public Service Committee, and we have an ordinance to appropriate grant funds from Best Friends Animal Society for the Conway Animal Shelter. We have Mr. Clausen here. Hey, Spencer.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So I've got a $1,000 check from Best Friends Animal Society that we need to appropriate. This was grant money for a social media boost grant that we participated in, and we're happy to take their $1,000.
We like grants.
Love them.
Make a motion for the adoption of the ordinance 025-109.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adopt this ordinance to appropriate grant funds from the Best Friends Animal Society for the Conway Animal Services. Any further discussion?
We were at a conference last week and saw them, and they were thrilled to see folks from Conway, and the presenter, wrangler, handler, whatever, was also from Conway, originally from here. Anyways, big fans. So appreciate the work you guys are doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you saying that. So they've been tremendous allies for us. That they have a lot of good opportunities, and we've been able to seize many of them. So
It's heard.
Mr. Spurgers?
Aye.
Mr. Grimes?
Aye.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Hawkins?
Yes.
Mr. Hawks?
Yes.
Ms. Isby?
Yes.
Mr. Ledbetter?
yes.
Ms. Mel?
Aye.
That passes 8-0.
At 109,
Yes, 109.
thank you.
Next on the agenda, we have Public Safety. In consideration to approve inventory disposal with the Conway Fire Department. Chief Winter.
Good evening, council. We need to remove engine 9 and engine 10 from an inventory list so we can get those things traded in.
No, Mike, what they gonna give us for those?
15,000 each.
Amazing, isn't it?
Oh, just not worth it.
I understand. And that's,
Would some
Of course,
other
way to go.
community want it?
Actually, I believe one of the volunteer departments within the county is going to purchase one of them.
Okay. Like, any useful life left, why wouldn't we want to get it in somebody's hands that could use it?
We've spent a lot of money recently on keeping those on the road.
you talking about donating to Mr. Hawkins?
No,
Or- Okay,
no,
I'm
just-
sorry. Just want to be clear. Just want to be clear.
I make a motion that we allow the disposal of these assets from the inventory.
Second.
Although that's not a bad idea.
Have a motion and a second to approve the inventory
Sorry, they
disposal
took
for the Conway Fire Department. Any further discussion? It's heard.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Passes 8-0. The last item on the agenda, council, is a resolution approving the reallocation of the pay-as-you-go funds for the city of Conway. Mr. Winningham is here. And this is that $500,000 that has been split between police and fire, to pay for police cars and make a slight dent in fire truck cost. Since the sales tax passed for police and fire equipment, I asked Mr. Winningham if we could move that into a different fund so that it could be used in a different way. And so that's what basically we're asking tonight. Is that fair summation of it, Mr. Winningham?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that quarter cent became a permanent, non-committed sales tax through the course of rededicating it over the years with various bond issues. And then once it became a permanent, non-committed revenue source, it can be spent at the discretion of the city council for any legal municipal purpose. 500,000. And then that tax brings in, over 5 million. And what it brings in over and above the 500,000 is spent on major street projects.
Go back over that again.
Okay.
Do you mind?
Not a bit.
If you would, from the beginning,
Okay.
tell me what this is, where we're going
Mm-hmm.
with the money,
Mm-hmm.
if you would.
So this is it's a quarter cent of our total current 1.75 cents sales tax.
That's already in effect.
It's already in effect.
Okay.
And it was originally part of sales tax dedicated to a bond issue. Goes back to, I think, 2006. Through the years, as that tax was rededicated to subsequent bond issues, that quarter cent became a permanent general tax. So once it becomes a permanent general tax, it can be spent by the city council for any legal municipal purpose.
So it's not dedicated to something specifically.
It was dedicated by resolution, and the resolutions referenced on this resolution were resolutions that the city council passed that said, we're going to spend this quarter cent on this. It's not restricted by law. The Conway City Council has restricted it themselves.
And where is this money going to go now?
If this resolution passes, 500,000 of it will go to the general fund each year. And then anything over and above 500,000 up to what that quarter cent brings in is going to be spent on major street projects, which is the major street project portion is not going to change. That's been spent. That portion of that quarter cent has been spent on major street projects since that resolution was first passed back in, I forget.
March of
11.
2018. Oh, well, this is.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it was the first resolution that dedicated these funds, so to speak, was 2011, and then we came back and amended that in 2018. And now that we've got this permanent tax going forward for public safety capital, police cars, fire trucks, we're asking to reallocate that 500,000 to the general fund.
For any specific purpose?
In the general fund. No, just the general fund.
Generally.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it'll just assist the overall general fund in balancing its budget each year.
Thank you, sir.
Mhm.
Anybody else?
So, I would really feel much better about this and I know we've got a draft budget today. I would feel much better about this if I don't want to reallocate anything to the general fund until I know that it's going to people at this point, right? And that's my personal preference. The rest of the council may feel differently. But based on what was shared with us at the special meeting in, I think, October, if we see a big gap citywide, to me, that's where the priority needs to be. I also believe that our voters spoke pretty loudly in favor of public safety last week, and I don't like the look of switching money away from that. I understand that this was by the council and not by voter. I understand we're not doing anything wrong. It just doesn't feel quite right to me until if we say, we know when we see the budget that our public safety officials are going to get a raise of Y amount and it exceeds that, I'd feel fine with it at that point. Just tonight, I'd rather us prove that we're going to do what we said we were going to do, basically.
And the money that goes into the general fund is where we get raises for our employees.
I understand completely. Yeah.
Well, to take that step further, what I had intimated during the discussions about the capital sales tax that was passed, if it can free up other general fund monies to look at supplementing the fire department as far as staffing and pay, that's what we need to do. And to me, this is the textbook example of doing that. Here's 500,000 that won't be spent on police cars and fire trucks, because we're going to spend it with the new money. So to me, this 500,000 needs to be earmarked. And I'm not saying how we do it yet. I'm not this bucket, that bucket of, staffing or raises, whatnot. But here's $500,000 that goes towards that, in my opinion. So that's what I would like to see us do with that when we finalize our budget.
And I agree, I do agree with that, absolutely. I have no problem with that at all. I do want the council to be aware that budget-wise, we've still got to make about $4 million in cuts.
And that's absolutely fine, but this 500,000 can't go towards that, in my opinion. It needs to go towards what we.
Oh, I agree.
So,
And that was my intent.
yes, yeah.
But,
okay,
but I have no problem with earmarking.
Oh, no, and we haven't got that far yet. I just think
Right.
what Mr. Spurger said, and what I'm saying is I want to make sure that, I'm saying for myself, that's what I would like to see it
Sure.
go for.
Oh, and I think you're absolutely
Help
right.
take another next step towards addressing the issue.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
see if we're saying the same thing, Mr. Grimes. If this was with a budget that was increasing in that amount or more for public safety, it'd be a yes for me.
Well, again, we're saying the same thing. I think until we allocate it away from its current purpose, they can't do with it what you're wanting to do.
Sure.
So this is the first step to freeing up that money, and then we have final say of where it goes ultimately. If that 500,000 isn't going to what you think you want it to, then we'll hash it out. But it sounds like we're all on the same page of where we want it to go.
Yeah, we just need to get it in general fund, but no, it needs to go to public safety salaries, yeah. So I guess my question is, do we need to take action on this tonight, Mr. Finkenbeiner, or do we need to come back and do something different? Is the council as a whole, are y'all okay with us putting it into the general fund with everyone with the knowledge that we're going to use that for salaries?
Yeah, I am, because again,
Okay.
you can't do that until we put it in the general fund. So you're putting the cart before the horse if you're putting together a budget that has it spent on something
Right.
that you can't spend it on yet.
Is there any, I mean, I know we just got the working document, which isn't done yet, for the budget. I guess I would feel a little more comfortable if we're a little closer to finalizing the budget.
And the primary reason we brought this before you tonight is if this did pass, then we could know how to prepare, how to put together the budget to bring to you for approval. If this resolution doesn't pass, that 500,000 is still staying allocated towards police and fire vehicles and not available to use for public safety salaries in the general fund.
Is the new sales tax will go into effect April, March?
April 1.
April 1. So we won't be able to collect a whole year's worth.
Correct.
What do we think our monthly collections will be on that, Tyler, ballpark?
The quarter cent is like 475,000 a month, I think.
Okay.
And the 8th cent would be half of that for streets and drainage.
Yeah, it was the larger one, I think, of the 5 point, I mean, was it?
Projected, 5.7 for a year,
Yeah,
but
for
we
a
won't
year.
collect a whole
But
year.
it would be prorated. Okay.
So your 2026 number, I shared with Mr. Hawks, it's 4.2-ish. And then the streets and drainage portion would bring in about half that next year.
I think with what both Mr. Grimes and Mr. Spurgers have said, making sure that it is going to address those public safety personnel, a little more comfortable.
Can we amend this to earmark for that? I understand it's where it's going, but, I understand that's the intent. I don't disagree with it. I'm thinking about how this can look to, it's really optics more than anything else for me, right? As long as it goes where I think the voters spoke that they want it to go and what we're saying, I'm good with that. However we get there, y'all tell me.
Make a motion to approve the resolution.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve this reallocation of the pay-as-you-go funds for the city of Conway. Noted that we all agree what we want to do with it. So, any further discussion?
I think it's just cleaner if we do it as is.
Yeah.
And then knowing what we want to do with it. And with that, we've fully discussed when we talk about budgets.
And that's what I asked Tyler about how we need to go forward with this. So. Ms. Hurd.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Passes 8-0. Thank you, Tyler. That's all we have for tonight. Yes, sir. A couple of things, Counselor. Illuminate is on schedule for Saturday night. However, the rain may change that to Sunday night. So bring your families and come on down. Also, Counselor, our second meeting in December is December 23rd. Historically, we have not held that meeting. So I want y'all to tell me what you want to do tonight so that anyone who wants to get on the December 9th, is it? The second meeting, the first meeting in December, they will know that and will be able to get on the December 9th agenda. So it's up to you guys if you want to meet on December 23rd or not. I've got family coming in from out of state.
I'll be here, but
Fine either way.
I'm happy to.
I would, I'm fine not meeting that date, but I would maybe hold it in our back pocket that Tuesday.
Yeah, we can have a special meeting if we need to. Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with
Yeah.
that.
All meeting yet, but have.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, good. All right, so we'll move forward with those plans that if there's some budget questions or concerns on the 9th, then we'll have a special call council meeting. With that, council, I'll take a motion to, I'm sorry, Mr. Finkenbeiner.
I just wanted to, as the budget process comes up, just to remind everyone that when we talk about public safety, y'all have 2 criminal prosecutors working for you in the city attorney's office, and they're an essential part of the public safety system. So I hope that y'all will remember them when we talk about public safety and retention. They're first-rate prosecutors. I put them up against anybody in the state, and I regularly do, and they regularly prevail. So
You want a Christmas stocking? Is that what you want?
for those 2, yes,
I'm talking about you.
I'm good.
Thank you, Mr. Finkenbeiner. Council, we are adjourned.
Yeah.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving.